Hey guys, so recently I started playing Master Duel and it's been very fun. It's been a minute since I've played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I always found it to be a fun game and I've watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content. But it's just that the TCG was a bit expensive to get into, but I think Master Duel Konami did a pretty good job of letting free-to-play players like get into the game, although your gem and like crafting material income kind of trickles down after a while. It's enough to get you started if you have like some idea of what you're doing. So I just hit Plat 1 tier, which is the highest rank available in the game right now, and I'm gonna showcase the deck that I used, which is Eldlich Twins. So as you can see, Plat 1 here, we have an 8-win streak, pretty successful climb going up, not too much tilt. So I feel like this is a pretty underrated deck in the game right now. I've had a lot of fun with it, it's been a blast, and it's a very consistent deck and that you can tech out to whatever you're playing against. So I'll just show what I have at the moment. So starting off with, we have 1 DD Crow. This should probably be an Effect Veiler, but I don't have the extra crafting materials for it, so I just have the 1 DD Crow. Next we have Triple Maxi, you know, it's the best hand trap in the format, gotta play Triple Maxi. After that is your entry cards, so we're playing 3 Kill and 3 Lila. You have to play 3/3 because these are your starter cards. You want to draw into at least one of them when you play the game, right? So you gotta max out on these. So what they do, if you don't know, is when you normal summon one of them and you have no other monsters on your board, they can summon another monster. And this works if they're normal or special summoned. So what some people don't know is, like, when I normal summon, I've had people like pot my first twin or like ogre it or something, and then since it's removed off the field, it still summons the other one, and then the other one on special summon, since you have no other monsters, they can summon the other one again. So I've had a lot of people make that mistake. These are just really efficient combo starters. Next we have one of each of the extenders. These are kind of bricks if you draw them by yourselves, although they're very nice going to like turn 2 or turn 3 in the game. So just 1 and 1. If you open with blue and you don't have a way to get to these extenders, I usually just blue summon this one, because this card in your graveyard, you can banish it when your opponent adds a card to their hand to draw one. So that's pretty nice, extra cards. Next we have 2 Ash Blossom, should probably be 3, but I don't have the extra crafting material. And in this deck I'm playing an Eldlich engine, so we're playing 2 Lord. I'm playing 2 Lord because a lot of people are playing stuff like Sky Strikers right now, which like banishes your graveyard, and it's very annoying if you only play 1 Lord. If you only play 1 Lord and you draw it early, it kind of like turns off your Sanguines, so that's pretty annoying. So I like 2 Lord, and honestly, even if you draw one, it's a very good going second card to break boards, so pretty happy with 2. Next we have 1 Nibiru. This is mainly here as a cross-out target. Sometimes it comes in clutch. Next we have 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and 1 Lightning Storm. So I'm playing these as just back row blowout cards because a lot of people are playing like Eldlich, Monkey Flip, Floodgate decks on the ladder, and this deck loses to like almost every single Floodgate with the Life Twin cards, so you want to have cards that can beat those decks. And yeah, so these 2 are fantastic. They're also surprisingly good as cross-out targets for your own back row. If your opponent tries to play these against you and have a bunch of card set, you can cross out these and stop your opponent from destroying everything. And then 1 Monster Reborn. This is a really good extender in the deck. And it's really good going to turn 2 and turn 3. If your board gets cleared, you can reborn one of your twins that you have in the graveyard and they can summon back the other one, and that gets your whole engine started again. So reborn, very nice. I believe you also get this for free, right? So even though it's a UR, very accessible. And then next we have 3 Secret Passcode, which is the Spell Trap Searcher. You have to play 3, it's very good. This is like the main expensive card in the deck. Like, if you want to play this deck, I would first make 3 of the Secret Passcode and then 2 Lords. And then all the other staples you can play filler until you have enough crafting material to get to them. That's what I did. Right, I just started out with a bare bones engine, and then I started adding like more staples as I went along. There's also good filler you can play. For example, you have Gamma, which is an SR. I played Gamma for a bit. You have Ice Dragon, right? Ice Dragon's Prison, SR. You can play that. You can play Evenly Matched, right? Evenly Matched, very good. It's SR. of Desires. Right. I'd be careful with playing Desires in this deck because I don't like banishing a lot of the Eldlich cards. But if you don't have enough crafting material for the Eldlich Lords, you can play Desires until you get your Lords. And then after that, we have the Sunny Stitch. So this is the 10 key for the deck. This card's actually really nice because the other effect is if you control Evil Twin. Right, if you control an Evil Twin monster, every time your opponent special summons monster, you can gain 200 life points and burn your opponent for 200. So the life point gain is really good because if you go first and you set up and you have this card active, if your opponent's playing a combo deck like Bird or Drytron or whatever that special summons a million times, it makes it very hard to OTK you through the life point gain. And that's honestly this deck's weak point. You're really good at resource recursion, but you're afraid of getting OTK'd, and this really helps out with that. A lot of times I play against Bird, they just like boost me to 10k life points, and I have them under back C, and like they can't win because they can't kill me, and next turn I have like over 10 cards in my hand. And then after that we have some power spells to help us go second, and this card's also really good going first because you can set it as a monster negate, so Forbidden Chalice. So what these should be is these should be Forbidden Droplet, but you know Forbidden Droplet's a UR, so you play these as filler for droplets until you can get droplets. One called by to stop hand traps, also a good cross out target if they try to call by your Max C or Ash, you could cross out Max C. I have 2 cross out because I can't afford 3, should probably find space for 3, but yeah, 2 did its job. This card was very good. I will say don't craft this first because lower down on the ladder people play all sorts of weird cards. So crossout isn't quite as good, but once you get higher up on the ladder where a lot more people are playing like meta cards, this card's like pretty insane in this deck. There's so many crossout targets, so like I play one of Nibiru, there's Ash, there's Maxi, you can cross out, you know, the Harpies and the Lightning Storm to protect your back row. And when you're playing that against other Eldlich decks, you can cross out the Eldlich cards. And that's like actually pretty insane. And then Forbidden Droplets, as we've mentioned, so this card's like super broken in this deck because you can discard all your Eldlich cards and they recur themselves, so you don't feel bad about it. This deck only needs 1 card to start playing, so if you can turn off your opponent's negates and you have your like maybe 1 starter or with like 1 extender, you can just combo off from there. So very good. I need to get more, but currently don't have the crafting mats, so we're playing 2 Chalice. And then finally 1 Life Twin Home, so this is like extender that you can search off of secret password. This is kind of your like last resort. You don't really want to use this, especially going second, because it locks you into Evil Twin monsters from the extra deck. And there's no Trouble Sunny right now, right? There's no Trouble Sunny, so like locking yourself out of the extra deck, it can be hard to out some cards. So only as a last resort, it's searchable. So we play 1 of. It's good going first though. If you have this going first, they stop your opening play, you can use this to extend. And then you don't care as much because going first, you're only going through your Evil Twin links. 1 Impermanence, cross-out target, also a hand trap. 3 Sanguine for Eldlich Engine. 1 Judgment, just because it's free and you can play it. It's a pretty powerful card. And then for the rest of the Eldlich Engine, I'm playing 1 Hawkero and 2 Conquistador, because Conquistador is the one that's more widely applicable because it's just the summon itself to get a pop, and this has synergy with the Abomination you're playing in the extra deck, right? When you pop this with this and you have Abomination out, you can get another extra pop. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's it for the deck. It's a very consistent deck that you can tech out for the meta because you only need 1 of your Life Twin cards to start playing, to start get your engine going. You draw a lot of cards with your Life Twin engine and like your Maxis and stuff, and you can really play the grind game with the Lord. The Lord is also very important because it can help you OTK and outboards, because without Trouble Sunny, this deck has a hard time getting over like big monsters sometimes, and the Eldlich stuff really help with that. So yeah, that's the main deck. And then the extra deck, we have 1 Sky Cavalry, 1 Downerd, 1 Zeus, so just the Zeus package. If you're starting out and you're making this deck, this is pretty secondary, so make the other stuff first and save this for later, but it's pretty cheap, only 1 Zeus for the UR, right? 1 Link Spider for the Eldlich stuff, and then Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix. What these could be is you can play Link Devotee, and the IP Masquerena, and what's the other Link thing? I forgot. But you can play the IP Masquerena package, but as green as you are, so I'm not playing that. Honestly, I hardly really go into these things anyways, so it's whatever. Your main links in the monster, you have to craft these. They're only super rare, which is why this deck is pretty cheap to build. You have triple Kill and then triple Lila. Your standard turn 1 play is you're gonna make Kill first, Kill summon back Lila, then you make the link to Lila summon back this Kill to get a draw, and then you link your Kill and Lila into a second Kill because you want to be able to summon back the Lila from the graveyard to get a pop on your opponent's turn. Alright, so one card, you can do this whole combo. If you get interrupted, you can still do it with some extenders. It gets you one draw and a pop on your opponent's turn. Pretty efficient. That's why we're playing so many power spells and hand traps in the deck, because drawing into them really helps us win the game. One Nightmare Unicorn for removal also helps us link climb. Right. One Unchained Abomination, because when you use the effect of Lila and Kill, they lock you into Fiend monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. So Nightmare Unicorn's a Fiend, Abomination's a Fiend, link 4, right? And it has good synergy with Lila and the Conquistador, where when they pop a card, you can pop an extra card. This can also just lock out some game states, especially against Eldlich decks, because they have to keep setting cards every turn, and then every turn you can just pop multiple cards. You can use the effect to pop your own Lila, so if you have both Kill and Lila out on the field, at the end of the turn you can use Abomination to pop Lila to get it engraved, so that you can summon it with Kill next turn. And then one Underworld Goddess, this is to out troublesome monsters, because like I said, this deck has a hard time getting over like towers or like anything with high attack sometimes, and this is a really good answer to that. Alright, so that's the deck profile. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Master Duel. I'm having a great time. Yeah, just having a blast. I really like this deck. The next deck I'll probably try to play is Lunalight, but I'm having trouble making the extra deck for that because a lot of the rank 4 stuff is all ultra rare, like redo it for some reason. So I don't know, but that deck's being also fun. Let me know what decks you like, and yeah, see you next time. Peace.